Shalom, back with part 2, all right? The breakdown of Revelations, the 13th chapter, all right? So right now, I'm just breaking down for you the understanding of the 7 heads and 10 horns that Revelations 13 and 1, tells you there, all right? So we're giving you understanding so we can knock this right out of the way, all right? So again, to review here, there are 7 kings. That word kings is short for kingdoms. 5 are fallen. The 5 are Germania Major, Germania Minor, okay? The Spanish, the French, okay? And the Greek Empire, all right? Which is actually the Macedonian kingdom, all right? That was the third beast, all right? The Macedonian kingdom, all right? And the Edomites, because King Philip and Alexander the Great is a son, his father, King Philip the Macedonian. That's who they were. They were Edomites, all right? And they were the third beast, and eventually they morphed into the fourth and final beast, the Roman Empire, all right? The Edomites. All right, let's continue here, okay? So I've given you the 5 that are fallen, all right? And the one that is the Roman Empire. John the Revelator, writing the book of Revelations, the one that is during the time that he was writing this was the Roman Empire, right? The fourth and final beast, right? And the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space, is the British Empire. There you have all 7. The 5 that have fallen, I've given you. The one that is the Roman Empire, that would be 6. And the other that's not yet come, and when he cometh, he must continue a short space, is the British Empire. All right, verse 11. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7. So the 8th head, which is America, Babylon the Great, the whore, all right, comes out of the 7. Who does America come from? Was not America started with 13 British colonies? Yes, she was. So she comes out of Great Britain, right? That's her mother. Then she fought the British Empire for her independence, right? As well as fighting off the French, right? The war with the French and the war with the Spanish. You see that? Those are the 3 roots that the little horn plucked up that you read about in Daniel chapter 7. You understand that, people? All right? You see how that's clear? Now, let's make it even clearer for you. Give me a minute. All right, this is so you have clear understanding. Again, let me give you the 5 that are fallen. Germania Major, you see it right there? All right? Okay? Germania Minor, you see it right there? All right? You see the Spanish right there? You see the French right there? All right? And then the 5th one, the Greeks. You see that? The Greek Empire. That's the Edomites, the 3rd beast. That was the Macedonian kingdom. The Edomites, first time coming into power. And of course, they call themselves the Greeks. As they did Romans, as they did call themselves Europeans. They're not really any of those. They're the Edomites, okay? They simply call themselves by the lands they conquered, all right? So those are the 5 fallen. Now, the one that is, right here between the French and Germania Major, the Roman Empire, all right? So that's 6. And the 7th one, the British Empire. You see it right there, all right? And who do you see sitting on the beast and riding it? All right, because that's all 7, right? So who's riding the beast? America, Babylon the great whore with that golden cup in her hand, that cup of abominations, all right? Right? And we read that. So you see, you understand the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns, all right? So the beast system, to further break it down for you, all right? The beast the system works like this. You have the EU nations, all right, which in the during the time of the Roman Empire, all right, it was known as the 7 heads and 10 horns, right? Well, the 10 horns were 10 vassal states under the Roman Empire. Those vassal states were the Franks, the Burgundians, the Suevi, the Vandals, the Visigoths, the Saxons, the Ostrogoths, the Lombards, the Herculi, all right, and the Huns. Those are your 10 vassal states during the time of the Roman Empire, all right? Basically, provinces, all right, of the Roman Empire. So, again, today, in modern day, the EU has 28, 29 nations when you go look. But in reality, those nations are still 10 nations. They're just simply broken up into 28, 29 nations, okay? So it's a little art of deception by Esau, Edom, the Edomite, the white man, all right? Anyway, so that is the EU represents the financial and political arm of the beast. Then you have NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. That is the beast itself, all right? That military arm, the iron teeth of the beast. Now, America, Babylon the Great, she's not a part of the EU, but she's always been a part of NATO, actually acting as the head snake of NATO, being part of that military arm, all right? You people should know that, right? She's been at war what? Out of her existence, she's been at war what? Like 96% of the time, all right? I think it's only what? 19 years out of 240-something years that America has not been at war. You understand? All right? Okay. All right, let's get back, shall we? All right. So now you people have better understanding. So let's get back to the Revelations here, all right, of the 13th chapter, all right? So now you people have understanding, all right, of the 7 heads and the 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the names of blasphemy, right? Again, what does it say on her forehead? All right, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, and of the abominations of the earth, all right? And I've explained to you about the blasphemy, about the 16th chapel, all right? The portrait by Michelangelo, right? See, portrait of Caesar Borgia. Yeah, they put up images of themselves. They took down our images, all right, after taking down the Moors, and they put up their own images. And that's also known as iconoclasm, all right? Okay, and we read about that when we read Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and they covereth the faces of the judges. Who are the judges? The Israelites. All right? The judges, starts with the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, his son Yahushai, the angels, right? But the seed of Israel, the Israelites. You're going to be the judges of the earth, right? So it's you, all right? The 2 witnesses, the 2 candlesticks, the 2 olive trees, the northern and the southern kingdom of Israel. All right? All right, let's continue here. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard. All right? And again, that's talking about the Macedonian kingdom. And they call themselves the Greeks. We're talking about the Edomites, the 3rd beast. All right? All right, when you're talking about the leopard. All right, that's what that represents. All right, that's what it's talking about. All right, and his feet were as the feet of the bear. All right, the bear is Medo-Persia. All right, which is what? The 2nd beast, right? Okay, so that's what this is talking about here. It's talking about the beast, all right, in its historic context. All right, and I told you that earlier. All right, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. The lion represents the Babylonian kingdom. Okay, there you go. And the dragon, gave him his power, all right? And his seat and great authority. And the dragon is referred to as being Satan, all right? Which we know is an angel on the left-hand side of the Lord, all right, who serves the Heavenly Father. Because again, this is his movie, all right? And the Lord's about a balance. So Satan is overseeing the left-hand side, you know, of unrighteousness and wickedness on the earth, all right, all that. But who sits on the right-hand side of the Father? Yahweh Shai the Mashiach, who oversees, you know, righteousness and goodness, all right? You understand? So it's a balance, people. It's a balance, right? What is that? Proverbs 11:1. An unjust weight is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. And that balance, the Lord gives you many examples all throughout the scriptures from the Garden of Eden, okay? You know, the serpent, which was not a talking snake, but one of the sons of the wicked, right? And Eve, right? And Adam. And then you have their sons. It plays out in their sons. The good and evil plays out there with Cain and Abel, right? And then we have it playing out in Jacob and Esau, which plays out from the book of Genesis all the way to the book of Revelation, okay? And the Lord gives you many examples of his balance and of good and evil all throughout, all right? All right, let's continue here. All right, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. Again, yeah, the dragon represents Satan, but it's also talking about who? The Roman Empire. We know that, all right? It's the Roman Empire, the fourth and last beast, okay? So everyone wandered after the beast, as you can see here, all right, whose deadly wound was healed. When was it finally healed? It was finally healed what? By the time Columbus came here, okay, 1492, all right? They came back into power, the Edomites, right? We read about this in Revelation, the 20th chapter, do we not? All right? Let's go over there, all right? This is all done to give you people complete understanding here, all right? And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key to the bottomless pit. Again, that is Europe, all right? And a great chain in his hand. That's a spiritual chain, all right? And he laid hold on the dragon, okay? All right? He laid hold on the dragon. All right, the old serpent, right, which is the devil and Satan, all right? Let's have a look here at Dracon, all right?
Strong's G, 1404, Dracon.
All right, let's see what it says here, people. Now, you see here? Watch this, all right? A dragon, a great serpent, a name for Satan. See that? Right? All right. A fabulous kind of serpent, perhaps. Fascinated. Dragon, Dracon. Right? See here. A name for Satan. Okay? Also as in, you know what, we're going to end this here and come right back, okay, with part 3, all right, and we'll pick it up right here. Shalom.